a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas. And we have wonderful guests, and we have wild and crazy guests too. And as you can see, I have Drake Bailey with me today, and he's going to start off with some of the intel he has. But I want to tell you that I do have this open up on YouTube. And so, YouTube is censored. So this is supposed to be America, but we can't speak freely. Not yet, anyway. It's just a matter of time. So let me bring Drake on, and he can tell you some of the latest things he's aware of. Welcome, Drake.
Hi, everybody.
I forgot to take you off, and then I had to take you off and bring you back on. But anyway, whatever.
Yeah, well,
stuff happens,
Okay. There's a lot going on in the world, and as I understand it, there's a certain bill coming up that's supposed to make any kind of criticism of anyone, and it doesn't matter what level, I guess, in the present administration, crook. Ooh. So if your fart smells, you're probably in trouble. Now I put this on my show last week, but it hadn't been out in these circles, and it's something important everybody needs to be aware of. Most people know who Judicial Watch is, what they do, and how much they're willing to go to get things accomplished. Well, they have decided in their wisdom to get tired of being stonewalled, and Judicial Watch sues National Archives for Biden family business records. That ain't just one of them, it's all of them, and all of it. Now, there's a lot of things people don't know. The millions that have come through the money laundering schemes of the Biden family have offshore accounts. That's where the money's being hid. Guess what? They got the numbers, the amounts, and agreements with the banks. We don't send in fighter bombers and bomb their bank, and they hold on to the money and don't let nobody get none of it. Now, I think that's a pretty good deal. Kind of a Godfather thing, but here's the gist of this, okay? Any communication with Robert Hunter Biden, James Brian Biden, Francis William Frank Biden, or Sarah James Biden between January 20th, 2009 and January 20th, 2017. International or domestic travel. And, this gets into an interesting thing. Any international or domestic financial activity, I just covered some of that, including but not limited to banking and financial institutions, overseas bank accounts, credit card companies, bills, invoices, fees, agreements, financial agreements, payments, wire transfers, contacts, QuickBooks, financial spreadsheets, business proposals, office or residential leases, rent payments, and real estate transactions. Now that covers just about everything except who did the laundry on with the dirty underwear. Well, they cover that in the next one. The next one has an interesting list. Some of the names you're familiar with. Any communications with Albert Hunter Biden, James Brian Biden, Francis William Frank Biden, or Sarah Jones Biden between January 20th, 2009, January 20th, 2017, regarding the following individuals or companies. And I'm going to list them. David Archer, Gilles Bell, Tony Bobulinski, you heard that name, I know, and probably Archer as well. Jeffrey Cooper, Catherine Dodge, Gongwen Dong, James Gilliar, Patrick Ho Chi Ping, Buck Jeremy, Zhang Zhujuan, Yi Jianming, Jonathan Lee, John Mayer or Joan Pugh, Francis Person, Vadim Pozharsky, Eric Swearin, Robert Walker, Mervyn Yan, Nita Medev, Mary Gaitieri, any Metabiota entity or company, any Rosemont Seneca entity or company, any Hudson West entity or company, any Owasco entity or company, any Bohai Harvest entity or company, and I don't know. I'm not going to guarantee my pronunciation of these.
Don't you love those?
Skin Needles LLC. That's Edora Global LLC. Cold Harbor Capital LLC, Lion Hall Group LLC, any CEFC entity or company, and Barisma. Now, that pretty much covers everything. And let's see. I forget. I have to look at this. They initiated this. I'm gonna say as the publication in August for this one. Anyway, I thought you might like that nice little list. It sort of tells on everybody. And we got a question already.
Yes, we do. Hang on one second. I wanted to show you this picture since we're talking about Hunter or the people. Let me share this meme with you, okay? Because it'll give people a laugh. I think it will anyway.
Okay, well.
Hang on. Let me share screen 1 minute here. And it's on my Facebook page. And here it is.
Do not have financial roots in that country.
Don't you remember? That's what Clinton said. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, I didn't have sex with that woman.
We did not have financial relations with that country. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Anyway, okay.
You're going to read Carlisle's question.
Let's see. It's will Trump get arrested and will the EBS go off right after that? And God bless you and Gail. Thank you for that.
I don't know about when the EBS is going to go off. They haven't said, and they won't give me a timeline. So, I think that sucks, but that's just how it is. Trump gets here's how this works. You get arrested, then you get exonerated to self-recognizance or a bond. That's basically how that works. If you really get arrested. That's the other thing. Now, I don't know if anybody follows the news or anything or looked at what's going on.
Lies?
Well, I read some of the one of the indictments, and there's no case in there. Nothing. And so that indictment, the whole thing, great big long list of stuff, is dead in the water.
It's just a big bunch of nothing. I mean, it just shows how desperate they are.
That's one that shows the nothing. The others don't show it so easily. and those are the ones we got to watch. There's two of them. But the thing about it is that if played correctly, and I give Trump a lot of credit. I think that he's probably got the finest legal people you can get, and I would suggest to go along a little further than that. He's going to be dumping on some people. Now, by that I mean that these judges better watch out that they can keep their seats. Now, the reason I say that is that if they support or further things that they know are not true, guess what? They can lose their judgeship, their seat, burger flip time.
That would serve them right anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought I'd put up this comment by Tim Potter. Hell is empty and all the demons are here. The list of the baddies is very, very long, and it is. It's amazing how long that list is. And we're finding out.
All I give on that one list that I gave was that's basics. That's all that is. You want to get into the details? My goodness. No mudshot.
She's talking about Trump, and reminding us that it is a movie. So, is this all part of the script?
Well, we got a mugshot. He was holding an umbrella. Don't you remember him standing there saying, "Air full of whatever"?
No, but he'd probably be holding number 17.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen a mugshot of him. Have you?
Say what?
I said I have not seen a mugshot of him. Have you?
Yeah, he was standing outside holding an umbrella, and he had that. I don't know if you've seen Trump's emotions, but when he gets that funny looking little shit eating grin on his face, and then answers a question seriously, you get
look out.
Something's gonna hit the fan, and it ain't gonna smell good when it does. I'll put it that way. So the movie is coming to a climax, I would say.
Okay, well that goes along with what Samuel Cooper says. Over 22 years, Drake, swore I would follow you till the conclusion of the movie. We're winding down. And hello, hi. That's
okay. Well, here's how this works. If you want to know what's really going on, ET can tell you if you qualify for the information. I have no problem qualifying for the information. So the thing we got to consider is keeping the freedom of this country alive and well for everybody, even those people you don't like that may or may not understand it. They can be educated. Of course, you might have to hit them over the head or something to get their attention first.
Yeah. Oh, they should lose their heads. Legal. Tim Potter says legally, of course. Of course, we have to speak legally.
Well, that's simple. Yeah, they should lose their heads and just adjudicate them to be executed and send them over to the train with the guillotine, and it's all over.
Ew, the guillotine. Yeah, somebody said that's a humane way.
The guillotine's actually pretty nice.
Ugh. I can't. I don't even like to think about it. But anyway, Will we be fighting any coming up underground the public like Gates' 6 toes, 6 fingers, or reptilians, or spiders, or creatures that live down under?
We're gonna have. Okay, here's what I've heard. We're gonna have 1 to 3 major battles. That's between us. That's like me and Gail and whoever else could pick up a gun and shoot it. Okay, against the bad guys, and there ain't near as many of them as there are of us. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with that old funky song, War of 1812. They talk about messing up the British. The British thought they were going to be cool and wipe us out, and we kind of chased them length of the country, just about got rid of them.
Okay, let's go. Did you answer about any kind of creatures? Will they be a problem? You didn't really
There's
say.
going to be some creatures that are going to be a problem. You got the same thing in ET societies as you do in ours. That turncoats, nasties, or whatever, and they don't look like it. I'm a good little boy. uh, let's
Hmm.
squeeze you and see what comes out. And you're not going to be caught with your pants down if you pay attention. You will get a notification. Okay,
Okay. They're wondering if we'll be locked in for 3 or 10 days. Do we
72
really?
hours at the most, if it happens.
And that's still an if, not a for
Yeah,
sure.
it's if. It's not definite that it's going to happen.
Hey,
Days
yeah.
of darkness, indeed.
All right. What just read on task? Putin is getting rid of all five. Oh, I can't say that letter. I don't think that's another one they kind of censor you for, but that's true. I read the same thing, and it's because of the dangers to human health.
Oh
And
yeah, but you know specifically whose health? Kids.
they put up
Bunch
the
of kids.
towers right next to the kids, to the
And a bunch of
schools,
the
and
kids fell
everything.
over dead.
And
And
that's what
Putin
happened.
said, "That's enough of that. Get it out of there."
Yeah, we're going to have to do that here eventually too.
Oh yeah. Well,
Though,
communications is not going to be what it has been. We use a radiant form of communication that's actually pretty antique.
yeah. Um, okay. Let me see here. I thought Malcolm X movie was long. This is the show that never ends. I know. I said I'm gonna be walking out of this show already. This movie, I'm
Well, now
getting
wait a
tired of it.
minute. Haven't you guys paid attention to the movies? The endless summer. I mean, good grief! You get that big dog the dude is riding around on, and all kind of
I'll
fun
believe
times.
it when I see it. It's gotten to that
Exactly.
point. They keep
Well, I'm
saying
gonna
all
tell
kinds of
everybody,
things.
y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till it hits the fan big time, and everybody gets wound up, cranked up, and they go and do their thing. They are going to consume way too much caffeine and come after the bad guys.
Okay. Tim Potter says Madame Guillotine will be Macron's last kiss, and he's probably right about that one.
Well, I think I would throw somebody from Canada that leads Canada, supposedly leads Canada, into that too.
Yeah, Trudeau, you mean?
My particular opinion of that boy is pretty far in the toilet.
Well, both of them are really bad.
Well,
They
there's
don't care
others
about
too, but
they don't
these
care
two
about the people.
especially. Well, what's going to be fun is when they decide that all of the nasty stuff has got to stop, meaning that they're going to have to go in to Iran and say, "Ayatollah, you better cut it out, or we're going to cut something off your will, miss." And watch and see what happens. They will comply. I guarantee that. Oh boy.
Wow. Okay. Uh, Carlisle is asking, will the whole Congress get arrested this month, and will GCR will it start this month?
It's supposed to.
But again, we hate to say stuff.
I'm still waiting. It was supposed to happen last month. Didn't happen. And now we got this month. We're going to see what's happening.
Like I say, it seems like they keep kicking the can down the road. I hope that doesn't go on forever.
I
But
can give them a can they won't kick down the road.
yeah, I know. Let's
It's
give
called a
them.
hand grenade. You pull a pin and toss it in, and it starts all kind of fun.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Does anybody else have any questions? Let's see.
I keep hearing about an increase in Social Security.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I missed it.
It's at the
Okay.
very
Oh,
top
here
of
it
the
is.
show.
Okay, I keep hearing about it. Yeah, I keep hearing that too, but I haven't seen one. Has anyone gotten more money yet? I won't know until Wednesday if I get more. No, I haven't gotten any more. Nope. Same old, same old.
The only thing you can do is take their word for it. That's first, and secondly, make it into a wish list and let it ride.
Mm,
Macro Sedona.
Oh my goodness, I'll put that up there. We won't say it out loud
do
though.
it, do it.
So you can they are supposed to be lovers. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh my
And
god.
Fulford's
Oh,
right
that came from Ben Fulford? Ah.
Yeah. That's Gateway Pundit and Ben Fulford.
Oh wow, that's funny. Well, then it must be true. I still know
I
that.
knew there was something wrong with those guys. Oh boy.
Oh gosh, that's just gotten so out of hand that
Everything has.
I know I can't. It's hard to believe sometimes. That can will be rusty and return to nature soon.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, okay. So, what else we got? Have you heard anything on the Three Gorges Dam, Drake?
Yeah, I heard that it was at its max right now. If they get any more rain, it's done.
Now, I also heard that they took out the HARP machines. They have removed them. Is that true?
Now, wait a minute. ET is supposed to have a blocking frequency for those heart guns. And as soon as we're ready to do our thing, that frequency gets turned on. The heart guns don't work anymore. Ain't that sweet?
You mean the heart gun or the HARP, HAARP, or are you talking the heart?
No, heart like bump, 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 bump.
Oh, okay. The ones that they shoot people with ice, and then it melts and kills them, and it looks like they had a heart attack.
Your thing had a massive dipsy doodle. Now, as far as HARP goes, there's a reflective thing coming up that ET is going to use. It's kind of like a big tarp, big silver tarp. And the next time they fire the HARP, it's going to fire right back at them. And it'll take them years to figure out which end is up as far as the technology on that goes.
Oh, Joe Blow says there's thunderstorms in Delaware right now.
Yeah, well, that was the ones that went through here.
Okay, somebody's also asking you this question, Drake. How many ice walls does the Earth have? Well, I don't know that one.
That depends on where you're at and your point of view and your attitude about the thing. If you believe there's 50 of them, there's probably 50 of them. If you think there's one or two, that's probably how many you're going to end up with. The thing is, we are in a position to manifest or make real something from nothing that didn't exist as such before. However, things are going to get dicey. They got to. People ain't going to put up with this stuff very much longer.
Yeah, as they have more and more people find out, that's kind of been the problem. So somebody is asking, are we talking about ET today? Do you have anything you can add about ET, Drake?
Yeah, the tall, skinny ones that got the blazing red eyes. There is a certain ET that has blazing red eyes and haunts the Kremlin, and it's known as the devil of the Kremlin. Ooh, nasty little bee. It does things like setting typewriters on fire, making computers run backwards. Nice little things.
Well,
I know who it is, but I ain't gonna say.
Considering what went on in the tunnels underneath the White House, it's amazing that they don't have a lot of demonic entities hanging out there.
They don't. The tall whites wiped them out.
Oh, so there were some at one point.
Oh yeah.
From what went on, yeah.
How do you think Biden got in office?
Well, I don't think that was the good guys, was it?
Anyway, there's a nasty that's coming up, and it's going to make everything shape, grind, and vibrate and whatnot. The I don't know if anybody has studied, probably not, vibratory physics, the Keeley ideology, and I have. And guess what? You're going to have feedback through the tunnels and whatnot. All the garbage that's going on with it, it's going to be feedback of a vibrational form, and it's going to make the whole earth quiver and shake. So be prepared and don't freak out. It's nothing more than the neighbors setting off too much fireworks in one spot. Huh? I can't hear you.
I forgot. I muted myself.
Oh.
I was talking about the Hopi prophecy that indicates a shaking of the earth. They call it a shaking of the earth. I was just wondering if maybe it's the same thing that they're talking about. I don't know.
It's also biblical and a few other places.
So then it is. All right. This is kind of funny. Tim Potter says we need a giant bottle of gin or vodka to pour over the ice walls and celebrate when it all gets done.
A giant bottle of gin or vodka to pour over the ice walls. Oh, yeah, that'd make them useful.
Okay, let's see what this next one is. Those of us who go to 5D and come back to 4D to assist humanity, where do we live? Does our current home go away with 3D?
No. What changes are living entities? That's dimensionality. Densities are the same. A density deals with your level of vibration. If it's real low, and you're some kind of a Grinch that likes to grab little kids, you may not live very much longer. The higher your vibrational equivalency is, the better you get along, and the further you go, and the faster you get there, and all them good things. But no, your bologna sandwich will still be in the baggie in the fridge when you get back.
Yeah.
Go to 5D, back to 4D. Jeez.
Let's see. Here's another question. In the 17th and 18th century, the taller people had a mud flood, and we dig it out of the cities.
They had these guys buried partially. Now that was primarily in Europe and primarily in extreme rural locations. Okay.
I'm going to tell you what I heard. I have no verification of it. I don't know if you've heard it, but I heard that at some point in time, there will be things that'll be rising up out of the ocean, as well as Salt Lake City giants may appear. That's what I read.
If the underground waters that have retreated decide to come back, remember the flood, and what you might want to check is how intense in terms of its height it was. I'm pretty scared. I live at 2,600 feet, so.
Well, that's kind of low, isn't it? I'm like at 4,500 feet. But you can see, I was told that the very tip top of the red rocks here are white. Yeah. And I said, and the red on the bottom half. And they said the red on the bottom half because this was all underwater at one time.
Yeah.
And I hope we don't go back underwater, because I hope I could swim all the way to the tippy top.
It was a great inland sea. And the sea was about, you say you live at 4,000 plus. Well, that ain't high enough. You know those mesas that you see, vertical rock and the top's flat? They got deep water shark bones on top of those things. And I would tell you that we got some learning to do about our conditions.
Well, that is concerning, and it looks like the whole I don't know. I've seen the map. Yeah, I can swim too, but pardon?
If you got a boat, you're good. If not, you go borrow one from.
I don't have a boat. I thought about buying a life jacket.
Well, if somebody's using their boat, you just borrow it and tell them you bring it back when the water goes down.
Well, what are they going to use?
Swim. Oh boy.
Oh boy, this is really exciting and fun. So anyway, there are a number of fleets that are out on the West Coast. Have you heard about that, and why are they there? They say that it's a big exercise, but then I've heard other veterans say they don't have exercises that big.
Exactly.
Something else is going on, or they're expecting.
I have told everybody about the readiness and the logistics and all that stuff, and nobody seems to have paid a whole lot of attention. But I'll reiterate it again: we have got to be ready on the West Coast specifically to be ready to repel. Okay, now think about a container ship, and each container has a squad or two of armed people in it. Very simple. Now, when we find out which ones those are, I suggest that we uh, put a put what's called a borer torpedo. That's one that does not explode; just make a hole and sink the boat. That'll take care of that problem.
So
Well,
you're saying that that out there, there's container ships that contain troops?
supposed to.
I mean, not our troops, but invading troops.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Well, we got enough guns on the West Coast for all the dinks to pick one up and shoot somebody with it. So that ain't a big problem. The only problem we have is keeping ammo. Everybody's going to try to steal everybody's ammo.
Wow.
Fun, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting
it
ocean
should be
hole.
exciting. Let me see. Well, I don't think anybody in Arizona, practically no, myself excluded. How can anyone in Arizona be able to, if you have a felony in Arizona, and just about everything's a felony, you can't own a gun, supposedly. Um, but anyway, those kinds of rules are going to go away after a while. But anyway, let's see what else we got here.
Carlisle asked a question.
Oh, did I miss that one? I'll move up to that one. Very hard to stay in high dimension vibration with all the evil going on in this dimension. That's
Okay, if
true.
you're from another dimension, it won't bother you. How about that?
Interesting.
Because you just return to your former place and you're out of the evil nasties. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of evil nasties that are going to be left behind and not taken to the places where they need to be in order to live. Just that simple. Nothing complicated.
Okay. Here's another question. Drake, there was a guest a few days ago talking about structure found in Egypt. I wonder if these were all giants with hibernation tech or if they were statues. Are giants with hibernation tech here?
Yes. The, the Anunnaki are in the South Pole. We have found one pod of them. There's several that we have yet to find. These are living beings, and we just got to deal with them. They think they're gods and in charge and can do what they want. And we've already told them, no, that ain't going to fly. And they said, really? And they said, yeah. We already put uh, sensors on you. You get funny, decide you're going to stand up, bluey. Anybody else decides, same thing. So they're kind of being careful about what they're doing.
Okay, here's another one. Drake, are the ETs coming out from inner Earth or the ocean? And will the USA move to where Mexico is? Why
No.
would they move there?
We're not going to move south to where Mexico is. Mexico is lower elevation than most of the United States. Consequently, we want to stay at the higher elevation so we don't drown. Simple.
Okay, teleportation. Yeah, teleportation would be useful. Someday we might get to use it. I hope we get to use it in our lifetime.
Yeah, well,
We'll see,
and
huh?
missile launchers and
I heard this. Huh. Okay, here's another one. Did you see that we had many X-class flares recently?
yes, and that's a good thing. That means that the sun people, and that's the people that live in the sun, our star, are exercising their controls and containments. In other words, we're not looking necessarily at a humongous death flash from the sun anytime soon. Bear that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, I heard them called solar beings in the sun.
Yeah,
Um, but you're saying there isn't going to be a solar flash, or there is,
that's
or
what
it's not.
the solar beings have told me, that there's that the big flash idea was fear porn.
Figures right.
Well, you get people afraid. When you frighten somebody, they produce loosh. That's what the demons eat. They haven't had lunch in quite a while, so you know.
Okay. Well, they do keep coming. We have been getting a lot of flares. They just keep coming.
One strong X flare reported this morning.
Yeah, I
Uh
read that
oh.
one too. Okay, let's see what this one says, and I'll get the next one. This, with all with all Congress and Senate on vacation, now would it be a good time to send them all on vacation to Gitmo?
Don't be surprised if a whole load of them gets picked up while they're on vacation. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, so here's another one. Jay thought people that live in the sun, star bodies, what's that anatomy chemistry made of? Are they 5D, 6D? What beings are the sun beings? What?
They're not influenced as heavily with the densities as we are. If you want to know their densities, it'd be something similar to the density and position of a light being, and that's pretty high. So, and they're not affected by the temperatures.
Okay,
Uh oh.
so let me ask you this one. Drake, what about the redhead giants, I believe she means, that all species hate? They eat humans. Many are there a couple 100 million trying to come up from the ground?
No. There's maybe 20,000 on the planet, whether it's interior, exterior, what don't matter. They're being hunted. I know some of the people that are doing that. So, and they're rather successful at it. I mean, these things don't bob weave and duck bullets like they should, especially if they're going to eat us.
Yeah, really, I don't have much mercy for that.
Well, if you got a short machete, you could, supply them with plenty of meat. Just grab one of them and come in and hack away. Make all the hamburger you want.
Okay. I don't want to.
Well,
Do you think there's going to be a civil war in our country?
no,
Good.
we're going to have a big fight, and there's going to be up to 3 big battles. But the fight basically is going to be the individuals kicking and screaming when we drag them out of their offices. Okay?
Are they doing that yet? Is some
In
of that
some
happening?
cases, they've already done that.
Good.
They took the control away from half a dozen so far that I know of.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have any? Oh, here's a question from Pudwacker. I read the sun is not hot, but is more plasmatic and electrical in nature. Is there any truth to that?
Some, depending on the manner in which you look at it. The sun's got warmth, and supposedly, now our scientists are idiots anyway. They think that if you're as big as the sun and you make that much light, you got to make a lot of heat with it, and ain't it the case? The plasmatics and electrical discharge ideology fits better both in physics and mathematics than their ideas. Okay.
Okay, I got a question for you. Have you
Oh,
heard anything on the status of the Blue Beam project? The
yeah,
big
dead in the
alien
water.
dead in the, oh good. I thought it was dead in the water for a long time ago, but then they started bringing it up like they were gonna push it
They're trying
again.
to
So,
they're trying to revive a dead. What do? You kick a dead horse? I mean,
all right, okay. Let me see what else I got. Is anybody? Oh, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's moving too fast. Any thoughts on Elena Denon call to Vietnam vets? Cheers. I don't know anything about that. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Do you, Drake? I
yeah,
know. I
it's
know
not.
who Elena Denon is, but I don't know what she's calling to the Vietnam vets.
Well, good, just call them out. Let's go. Get your gun. Let's go. It's time to go to work. What we need is professional extraction people. Remember that word, extraction people. That's where they take a small group of guys, go in and pull somebody that is armed and dangerous out of their cell in a prison. The same thing operates uh, as concerns offices here. So that's what we need is some real professionals that know how to do that. And I don't know. I used to know some, don't know anymore. So I asked on my show, "Can you find somebody?" Well, here you go.
Hmm.
And if you need
Uh,
direction, you need counseling, get in touch with Gail on her website, and she can
what
relay the.
website?
Oh, wait a minute. And she can relay the information to me in terms of who you are. Then I can make a decision as to whether or not to contact you. Okay?
I got a great idea. I'll send that to an email because then there's a greater chance of because my website is in a state of flux right now because it needs to be maintained and I haven't been able to add all the different shows and everything. I need an IT person that's willing to donate some time, but they're hard to find.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here's a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Just got on here. Much respect to both. Drake, what's the status of your free energy device?
It's just about done. I got about three things to do, and we'll see if it blows up the basement or not. I hope it don't. My wife would kill me.
You might be dead anyway. No,
I die
just kidding. I'm,
regularly.
I'm just I'm just kidding anyway. Anyway, okay. Let's see this.
Oh,
A year is taught as one Earth lap around our sun. I learned there are different sized suns and planets. What is the universal measure for time, and is Earth the standard for that measure? Time is a
no,
construct.
there isn't a standard because of what you noted about the differences. Um, you get into fractional equations where 1.5 orbits around the sun equals a year, etc. And depending on how the system that's involved with works, depends on how many nights and days you got, and it goes from there. The A lot of the ancient knowledge is based on our conditions, so you're right about that.
Wow. Okay. Here's one more question. Have all the porters been closed so ETs
Been
can
close.
come in or can't come in?
I think that needs to be rephrased, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The portals have been are open only to specific beings. If you're one of those specific beings, no problem. You can go back and forth all you want. If you ain't, it's like running into a brick wall. Just that simple.
Wow. Okay. Wait
Mm-hmm.
a minute. What was that? What's this? Me too, Gail. What? Not being talked about again. Oh, okay. That's that other thing. Let's see. Drake, did people that died during the flu season die quickly, or did they use them for their own uses?
Combination. The ones they could get a hold of, they used. The ones they couldn't, they just let die real quick. Okay.
Wait,
And it ain't just the
wait.
flu. This is any disease that you um, know about, that you've heard of, like cancer. Okay. Dis-ease. Ease uh, being at ease, like laying down next to a babbling brook and taking a nap. Uh, Dis-ease is where the babbling brook floods and washes your butt out in the ocean.
Yeah, well, that's what's interesting is what people are going to find out is many of these diseases have been created to keep us sick, and
Oh yeah.
then we're given medication that causes even more problems. So it's an endless cycle, but
Oh yeah.
it really makes Big Pharma very wealthy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's something to keep in mind. And then I heard just recently, I have information that the USDA partnered with a massive Chinese biotech company that was in the past blacklisted by the Department of Defense. That's in rumor mill news if anyone wants to pursue that any further. Um, Tim Potter says that he doesn't really trust Elena because she's a big fan of Enki, and which we probably have a good one and probably have a bad one. So I saw a picture of the one that she's dealing with, and it appears to be AI. But I don't like to talk about people in a negative.
I wouldn't worry about Elena's belief in Inkai. Inkai is sort of a freak anyway, and has been subjected since that particular information came out.
Okay, here's one for you. Is Are you recruiting capable souls?
Yes, but you got to really be capable. You have to be an empath, meaning you have to be fully telepathic and use all of the psychic sciences, and you have to be able to project thought into reality at a distance and a bunch of other things. That's what a capable soul is. Okay.
Okay.
The requirements are up there.
Hi. Okay. Any truth to the existence of Tartaria? Oh, yeah.
Well, sure there is, if you believe in it.
I've seen plenty of evidence. So
The only way to find all this stuff out is to get through the transition that we're supposed to be participating in and take as many people with us as we can. And when we get a big crowd of people and find out all of this is this and that's that, and ET says, there's the truth. Oh, you just, go from there. Uh-oh.
okay. Portals can be fun. I had a few experiences with naturally occurring ones. There's portals here in Sedona, and there's vortexes and
Well, if
interesting.
somebody wants a minor experience with a vortex, wait until you see a dust devil, a big one, and jump in the middle of it. You'll get exactly the physical sensations you'd get if you were playing games with a natural portal. Okay, that'll kind of break you in a little bit.
Oh, he was saying that comment was in reference to Bluebeam. I'm not sure. I've lost track of which comment that is right now. Gee, thanks, Rockefellers. Yeah. I'm trying to word my question so you don't. Joe Blow. Thank you, Joe Blow. We appreciate that. We don't want to get the boot. I've gotten the boot so many times. I'd rather not get it again. But I know everybody prefers to ask their questions on YouTube. So then we just have to talk carefully. You can't say the thing that, that's a biggie. So, all right, let's see here. Carlisle has another question. Oh, before I move to the next one, I want to make another comment that I think is very interesting that people should be aware of. We have a Los Angeles detective who's a whistleblower saying that the CIA tried to hire him to help sell drugs to America. But if some other little guy sells a drug, boy, they're going to be in jail so fast for so long it won't even be funny. But here we
Yep.
have these agencies that are supposed to be working on behalf of the people actually causing the problem. So,
Well, there's some kind of a certain tipping point that I've been told about. ET said when we get there, yeah, it's when everything happens. God knows when that is.
well, I hope we're getting there. Okay, people are starting to reanimate to zombies. We are fighting them from 2 years of the thing they had put in their arm.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say it was anything in particular, but that's from what I hear correct.
Yes. Yes. Well, if you look on the who I wouldn't trust any further than I could throw them, but if you look on the CDC uh, website, they have a section on there about zombies. You know,
Uh-huh.
why does that even exist? See,
Because
they
it's a possibility, and it can be done with the right kind of medicines.
and
And that
frequencies, we might add. Yeah. Um, that's a whole nother story, though. Let's see.
oh
Do we have
boy,
any?
the guy right above that one you just put on there, Mister
Which
Katz 348.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, any idea the timeline when we might see the shift into 4D? See, we can't give you
Yeah,
a date.
sometime this year.
Preferably this year sometime. That's what
The
it's
sooner
supposed
the
to happen.
better.
Yeah, really, I couldn't agree with that more.
What
So,
does the sun look like inside?
do you do you believe some people will get their angel wings in 5D?
No. I hate to blow everybody's bubble. The idea of winged people that could fly came from the ETs that visited us thousands and thousands of years ago. Okay.
Uh, let me see if this is a long one too. For the capable soul, is it a matter of learning those skills from a 3D perspective or allowing ourselves to remember that we know it but choose to forget? We didn't really choose to forget. Our memories were wiped. Also, how do you download skill from your higher self?
You don't download skill from your higher self. Your higher self gives you situations to deal with that causes you to learn the skills. Now, as far as learning a skill or mastering a skill, you're going to need 3D, 4D, and 5D combinations thereof in order to be successful with it. And you'll find when you start doing it, you'll find out what I'm talking about.
Okay. And another transition happens with solar flash or galactic pulse. We talked about that already. You said the flashes.
Well, they mention a galactic pulse, and it's a lot closer to things than a solar flash. The solar flash would be it's like a 60-watt light bulb. If you take a regular old light bulb and you turn the light on and off, you can get to a point where either the light bulb is black, is dark, or is on. You don't have the in between. The galactic pulse is creational force energy, which is what does all this. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Here's another one. Will they pull the plug? What happened before the next pandemic? That may be ready for 2024.
Yes.
They'll pull the plug, right?
There are going to be a bunch of guys out there with just that task. Stomp on the plug. Stomp on the plug. Oh,
Okay. Somebody's commenting on people being more and more zombie-like every day. There's a really good, I don't know if you got a chance to watch it, Drake, but I sent you a video with Roseanne Barr and Jean Decode. And you know she's funny. She can't help but be funny.
I watched enough of that to where I couldn't stand it. My sides was hurting from the jokes.
Yeah, it is funny, but it's good too because
Yeah.
one of the things that he brought up, which freaked me out, and I got to tell you this, I have Jenny has done remote viewing of Antarctica, right? Jenny Lee.
Mhm.
And when
Yeah.
she did, she said something about she saw this trail of ruby red in a ruby red lake. Well, according to Gene Decode,
Uh-huh.
that ruby red is very likely, you're not going to want to hear this, but blood from
Ooh.
the billions of humans that they piled up and froze up there in order to have something to eat after they killed all of us off. I kid you not.
Hmm. I thought the ET might have just cut themselves shaving.
Well, that is what Gene Decode said, and that is in that video with Roseanne Barr and Gene
Yeah.
Decode, which came out a couple of days ago. So if you want to know the rest of that story, you might want to look that video up. It is on Rumble, I believe.
Yeah.
So let's see, where are we now? Okay, let me see what this one is. From my own visions, I saw that the sun's activity is an indicator as the CMAs are working on us down here.
That's true to an extent, but it's not the only indicator either. Several other ones. If anybody has the capability and the moxie and the bravado to contact Gaia, then you might be surprised as to what she has to say about such things. She'll explain some things to you that you didn't have an idea about. She did to me. And believe me, those are conversations you'll never get.
Here's a question. Is ET working with the White Hats to remove these evil beings currently ruling this world?
Absolutely. But first, they're cleaning their house so that they don't have any entities inside their groups that's mean and mean, bad, and nasty. You don't want any of the, sneaking up on your kids or something. So consequently, making sure they don't get that far.
And I also received information, of course, I guess people know this about that millions, literally millions of children have been saved.
Yeah.
Which is amazing and wonderful all at the same time. Well, I think we should take a little bit a little break. I'm going to show a very short 1-minute video. I'll share the screen and you can take a break if you want or watch it. One of the things that I'm going to show you is a little minute and a half video about what's known as the REM super patch. And the reason I want to tell you about that is because I know that there are a lot of people out there that are not sleeping well. And this is drug free, electrical free, all that, and it explains it in this little short video. So I just love it that they have stuff out there that's actually helping people and it's drug free.
Yeah,
so
they do.
Let me show you that. Let me make it bigger.
I'm going.
Okay, well, I can show you these anytime.
Today we're going to talk about our REM patch. This is the world's first and only drug-free sleep patch. Let's get a little background on sleep neurology to understand what the REM patch does and how it works. Every physical, emotional, and psychological function has a neural code that controls and regulates it. Neural codes are just signals transmitted as brain waves. Sleep is also a physiological function that is managed by these complex signals. Neural networks are how different regions of the brain interact with each other through neural signals. Leading studies show that sleep states can be better synchronized if these regions interact in a well-balanced way. A key neural network for good sleep is the hypothalamic cortical network. Well-balanced interaction of the neural signals in this network is shown to be important for the initiation and maintenance of healthy human sleep. So how do we improve this neural network? Easy. We apply the REM Super Patch. The REM Super Patch has this very intricate and special pattern of ridges on it. It's like a QR code. However, when these ridges on the pattern come in contact with our skin, they stimulate skin sensors that generate and send a very complex signal to our brain that helps balance the sleep network. We already know that our skin absorbs and transmits information from many different types of stimulation, including light, heat, and cold. With the REM Super Patch, the skin uses our sense of touch to absorb and transmit the information. In fact, a recent study shows with statistical significance that the REM patch helped people sleep better without drugs, supplements, lifestyle, or diet changes. The REM patch is an amazing solution for healthy and better sleep. Today, we're going to talk about our REM patch.
Okay, I might like to tell you that I have tried this, and because sometimes I have trouble falling asleep and or staying asleep or whatever. And also I've always felt like my dreams were blocked. And I have to tell you, I just started using this REM patch, and I noticed that not only do I fall asleep, but it's a good kind of sleep, and I do. It seems like I'm dreaming now, which I found rather amazing. So that's just one other area. There's a number of them. Maybe I'll show one every time we do a show, because they have one for focus. They have one for ADHD or ADD, those kinds of issues as well. And I'm really impressed, and so are many others. And there are many testimonials, and you will find my link is, oh, I had it up there. Let me put it back up there. I'll take off the PayPal. No, the patches cannot really be reused, only because they'll lose the stickiness. And if you put too much stickiness, then that'll be a problem. So they say to leave them on for 24 hours. So that's what I do. And you might be able to stretch it. I don't know, because sometimes they want you to use more. And as soon as Drake gets back, we'll ask these other questions. And let me see. I think there's another. Yeah, that's for sure. I was upset because I felt gypped, because I didn't feel like I was dreaming, and I'm actually feeling like it now for a change. So it's apparently created some codes that either got disrupted or interfered with, or who knows what. And there's another, let's see. Hang on one second. I want to see if this other one is available. While I wait for Drake to come back. And how the super patches work. What's nice about the super patches is that you can buy 4 of them for $15 and try it and find out if you like it. So that's, oh shoot, I don't see one right now, but I'll show one again soon. There he is.
I'm
back. And I got a question for you right out the gate here. It looks like a long one too.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Drake, was World War II and how it is taught in school that Adolf Hitler was a bad guy? I've read that he actually wanted peace, but Churchill and bankers wanted no competition with dollars. Germany had their own gold.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct. Hitler wasn't exactly the baddest that's ever been. We've had some a lot worse. Irrespective, you won't find out the truth about any of the wars that we've had that everybody knows about, whether it's 1, 2, Korea, or what. The problem with Churchill and the bankers is the same one that we had, only we somebody decided to surrender to the banks, and that's what happened. Germany had their own gold, but they didn't have an efficient way to mine and process it, and so they couldn't get it out fast enough to make the difference necessary in the war. Or we might all be eating borscht. Wiener Schnitzel, and I've had. Oh, that's good.
Okay, well, I might bring on another little mini video here. Let's see what we got. Here's one. Wasn't Hitler a Rothschild? Was he a Rothschild or Rothschild?
Yes.
Rothschild?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You want to know about August?
Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Like you keep zinging them in and out like that.
Sorry, I didn't. The wrong one went up is what it was. Let me bring back that one you started to read, and I'll read it. It said, will we have the famous big flash this August for what the Galactics brought a shield to protect us?
The answer to that is if we do, and I'm saying if, they have the capability of protecting us from that flash, just like you've been told about. At the most, we'd be dead in the water for 3 days. Okay?
Okay.
Well, that's all I've been told, and I'm just reiterating things I've been told. So we'll have to go from there.
And we never know for sure if that's, written in stone or not. But anyway, Drake, after World War II here in America, all history from books and school got changed. Yeah, and they're trying to change stuff right now, too.
Yeah. Wait until the ETs get done revising the history that we supposedly know. You'll learn a lot.
I'm glad I wasn't over studious in history, because you have to unlearn what you learned and learn the correct. Let me see. What's this one? No, he wasn't. I don't know what that's referring to. Hitler, I'm sure. Okay.
Charged selenite, huh?
Well, this is interesting. I never heard this before. Let's see what he's saying. Joe Blow is telling me that if I want to recall my dreams, I should drink a glass of pure pomegranate every night for a week before going to bed. It decalcifies your pineal gland the quickest. Now, I heard that iodine did that. Does decalcify?
Well, it does. Now, you want to really know a secret? If you want to light yourself up like a Christmas tree, get some fresh, organic, that's like large farm manufactured grapes. There's a reason for that. They contain substances that you can't get anywhere else any other way. And your
polyphenols, flavonoids.
Well, your glandular network, you've got 3 or 4 of them in your system. This is the one that gets you to being a light being fastest. It gets your understanding up to par the quickest and all that. Okay? Grapes. Preferably the dark blue or dark red ones. A little lady grows some down the block. See if you can get a bucket of them and start eating.
Joe Blow, I don't know what that pomegranate probably is what you mean, right? Okay. It doesn't know how to spell it, and I don't know how to spell it either, so don't feel bad. Okay.
Yeah, that's pomegranate.
Yeah. All right, what's this one? So many fantastic lies about Uncle Addie. They will never be unraveled. Uncle Addie.
And it's something, if you don't know about it, don't worry about it. That's European.
Okay.
We're doing a show in US of A, so, uh-oh.
So, Drake, if that's true about World War II, can it be the concentration camps were actually from the Russian communism back then and blamed on Germany?
That's partially true. If you really want to have some fun, I looked this stuff up and I got a hold of one of the building permits. Okay, they had them in Germany, and the ovens that they supposedly roasted all those people in weren't built until the end of the war. So there's some
Duh.
real serious problems there. Now, you want to go a step further. The concentration camps were labor intensive. In short, they worked you to death, and that's what happened to those people.
But not nearly as many as what they said. So
No, there were altogether on the whole planet there were maybe 6 million Jews. At the time of this stuff going on, there's maybe a few 100,000 here and there, and that can be checked historically if you wish.
okay. Well, that's another one. Roseanne Barr talks about that, and I'm surprised she was able to talk about that. She talks about what really went on and how we have been lied about the
Mugwort.
I better not say that word either, what happened in Germany during World War II, because that's a highly be careful with thing too. Okay, what's this one? Drake. Have you or do you know anyone who has built a shoebox of brotherly love? I have not made one yet, unfortunately.
I do know some people that have done that, and they're very, very pleased with the results. If you can build one, you know how, and there's a pretty good list of things you got to do. It's well worth the effort. Okay. No, I haven't built one.
Okay. I've got Concord grapes coming ripe soon. I just got some Concord grapes that they were giving away.
Concord grapes are one of the ones on the list that I got that supply the things that are needed for you to
I think it's
blast off.
polyphenols. Yeah. I think it's polyphenols or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. I used to know, but it's not coming to me right now. Okay. How about this one? Drake and Gail. Can the ocean mermaids come on land and talk to people?
If they wanted to, they could. You're dealing with the race known as the aquatics, and they have capabilities beyond some of what we do. Some of that deals with shape shifting, so that they got legs to stand on, a big flipper in the back, and that sort of thing. And they're very intelligent. You like them. They're fun to be around.
Okay. Someone made this comment. In 1935, the entire population of Jews in Europe was barely 3.5 million. So how did 6 million?
Well, that particular number right there might be worldwide. I mean, there wasn't very many Jews. Judaism hadn't gotten popular yet. Okay.
And that's not a race of people. It's actually a religion.
Yeah.
Because Aryan Mafia wanted real ones executed to garner also for sympathy. They have had so much control over that whole issue. It's not even fun.
Because Aryan Mafia is being eliminated, systematically eliminated.
Wow, look at this. This is what people don't realize. The governments have been doing this in our historical past numerous times, where they kill millions of their people. And we had how many nations, Drake, were willing to take on the depopulation agenda?
Yeah,
over 200, wasn't it? They're willing to kill their own people.
They sent train loads, and I mean multiple train loads of Jewish people to be relocated in the United States, and we turned them down, told them no. So they sent them back. Now here's the fun part. There was maybe, and I say this lightly, maybe 2 million Jews altogether on those trains. By the time they got back, it was up to 4. it had doubled in number. So there's some fun and games there.
Yeah, and Tim Potter said some of them died twice. You know how that works. Just like we have voters that were voting from the grave. Amazing. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, they killed a lot
Buy
of
some
people.
grapes tomorrow, says Potter.
Between Himmler and Stalin. It's tough. They killed over 6 million people.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Look at the millions of Native Americans that were killed. People never talk about that.
There were about 4 million Native Americans that were murdered.
They don't talk much about that, do they?
No,
Okay.
can't have any sympathy for the red man. Gee.
Drake, was UFO sighting back in 1953? Are we about to experience that soon this year? And were they in control? Were they controlled by the cabal?
No, they are enemies of the cabal. They bomb them, shoot them, or whatever, any chance they get. Now, 1953 was supposedly a banner year for the number of sightings. And this time they're going to land. And out come the little green men. And it's going to be pretty funny because I understand they're going to do the most publicity in the most public places like the White House lawn. And all of the news people will be called first. Hey, bring your camera, man. You don't want to miss this. And they go pop out. Hey, here I am.
Here's one for you. How likely is it that any of us have ET family in our skies or on the planet?
Very likely. You're talking about the godfather of the race known as human beings. I can't simplify it or get it more specific than that.
Okay. I miss hearing some of the swashbuckling ET adventures you and gang would talk about back in the day. Maybe one day we can have a reunion show with Tanath, I would bet.
Cassandra.
Cassandra.
We should consider.
We should consider.
Yeah, well, we used to get out there and bang a gong and make the house rumble and vibrate, and it was fun.
Jim mentioned that they did kill 3 black presidents over in Africa who were not going along with the program because they tried to protect their people.
Bye, bang.
That's just really incredible. And look what's going on. They're still passing that crap out in this country.
Now, Carlisle's got an interesting question going on.
This one here? This one? What will happen this month as far as everything in your assessment? Is that the one?
The shit's going to hit the fan in terms of the rotating oscillator and sizes of a Greyhound bus. The things you heard me talk about all the way back to 2010, 2012 are going to take place. There's no room anymore for wiggling around or trying to get past things. It's going to happen. So whether it happens right today or tomorrow, I have no idea. They won't tell me, and it makes me mad that they won't tell me. But I got a lot of patience.
Okay, New England Dirt has a comment to make, and he said the real Holocaust was perpetrated against white Christians in the Ukraine, and it was called Holodomor.
Yep.
Did I say that right?
And that's only one. And there's the other one is going on presently. All those civilians getting
But
killed.
that's okay to be racist against the white people, right?
Well, all those people getting killed. It's not a coincidence. I'm telling you, not.
Yeah, well, yeah, committed by the Bolsheviks. Yeah, that's true too. Let's see.
By the Bolsheviks.
Yeah. What's this one here? Okay, here's one for you, Drake. Maybe you know this one. Who were the beings that interrupted the television in England? I think it was in the early 50s.
That was ET. They had to interrupt the TV in England for the simple fact that a lot of the self defense network was tied through the TV. We didn't have that problem here because it was a separate deal. We're going to have one similar to it coming up when the idea of being able to freely communicate comes to a screeching halt all of a sudden. But, you know, things happen.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Drake, we're as good at on. I'm not. I don't understand that question. Drake, where is Gerd? I don't get the question. Okay, you might have to rewrite that,
I
Carl.
know where it's at. It's an ancient um, cultural area. It's not considered a country even. You look it up in your Bible.
Are you
Give you-
talking about GURD? GURD? Is that
Yep.
what you're? Oh, that's interesting. I never heard of it before. Okay.
I studied biblical references for about 5.5 years daily, and I mean a lot of them. So,
Wow. Not I, except I did have 12 years of parochial school where we had religion class every day. But
oh
anyway,
well, I didn't have a religion class. I had to go and put up my hard-earned lunch money and buy the books to get the info, but I got it.
okay, now this is saying, will the Flash destroy evil people who will then disappear from existence? Well, we're saying that that's not going to happen, right? The Flash.
Well, here's the thing: in a flash, not the flash, but in a flash, these people may not be where they were standing 2 seconds ago. They may be sent, transported, or teleported to a place in the southwest of our country, or some little rocky atolls out in the Pacific. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, here's a good question. What will be done with the millions of illegals that have currently been being brought into America? I even read something today. I didn't really get to see it, and I don't know if it's even true. But they were saying there was a bunch of illegals because so many of them went to New York that were actually taking over a certain section of New York.
Yeah. Well, you get the right number of people together, and they can take over. The thing you've got going on in the large cities that have been named, that's New York, Chicago, L.A., and those are only three of the on the list. There's a whole big list. Um, these people run out supposedly run out of capacity. Well, just because the shelter's full doesn't mean that you can't take one of those tenement buildings that's been abandoned and start packing it with these people that want to come into this country.
Mhm. I just have a problem with people that want to come to this country and they want to change this country, or they want to make it
Well,
different than the way it is and what it was based and stood for from the beginning, because that part I think is bad. You're not going to come over here and turn it into an Islamic state. That's what I'm
it,
getting.
it's real simple. You slap a parachute on them, take them on an airplane ride back to their native country, and you throw them out over the airspace and keep on flying.
Okay.
Hey, I'm here to tell you right now. You pick out a group and that's causing a lot of problems. You got to kill one of them probably to get the attention of all the rest of them. Do that, and things change almost instantly. The same thing's true of people who are so supposedly superior in intellect or ideology, whether it's religious or whatever, doesn't matter. There is no, now I know I'm going to emphasize this heavy, there is no superiority in any of the belief ideologies over any others. Bear that in mind when you try to, oh, we want to kill all of these. Well, fine.
Okay, Drake, was Robert Steele and Kristen W. silenced, or were they
Yes.
okay? Now, did they go into witness protection?
No, that I would suspect they did, but I don't know. I didn't ask anybody.
So who silenced them? The cabal?
That's part of it, yeah. What you have to understand is that we got cabal. It's like the flu or a cold spreads like wildfire, infects everybody, causes people to do things they would normally do. So consequently, what we're gonna have to deal with is getting the right medicine to get rid of the disease.
Who are the men in black? Should we be fearful of them or worried that talking about certain topics openly and freely will make us a targeted individual? You can't be afraid. Why do they say keep your moves private? This makes me want to play the song Resist.
Well, they've tried to intimidate me over the years, and none of it worked very well. Consequently, the song "Resist" came to mind before you said it. Should we be fearful of them? If you're on a one-to-one basis, it's an equal task. If they outnumber you, and they usually show up in a group of 3 to 5, and are there that many adults in your household, or do you have a 12 gauge to blow them back off the porch?
Be careful of that kind of talk.
Hey, I'm not gonna mince words about the men in black. They're nasty, evil mothers that I don't like and have no use for, especially living. So consequently, you show up at my door, you die. That's how it is. Now, you want to get into what the men in black do? They intimidate or kill innocent people. Somebody speaks up and says, "Hey, that ain't right," and you get a little on the door, and these dudes in their sunglasses show up and want to tell you how to think and what to do. I don't go for that. I'm sorry. You do that in Russia, maybe, but not here. Try that in a small town. Go ahead. Oh boy.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. Here's one. Something about Drake. Are they prepping us for a big right-wing agenda to help bring in the false prophet before the Phoenix year in 2040? When the sixth seal is broken.
Well, they wish they knew what they was doing. First of all, and I'm going to be real adamant about this. No prophecy of any kind from any source is written in stone and is absolute. Just that simple. So consequently, you want to play false prophet games, go do it on your own time.
Look, they're talking about, we know this, there's millions of invaders in Europe too, and the British government puts them up in hotels, similar to the story in the USA. I know that they got the hotels overflowing in New York and probably some of the other cities that they were sent to. And they're paying these high dollar prices that they would never.
Take them out of the motels and put them in some of those slum places, slum buildings, and then set the building on fire. You can take care of the problem.
We can't talk like that. That'll get us in trouble. You can't talk like that. But anyway, okay. Yeah. We'll just keep getting more and more questions here. Okay. Will there be a great battle from Bible between the Israel, Iran, and the Muslims coming soon?
Well, you have to understand that when they are told the truth, and it don't matter which side or who exactly, but when you find out that all of this stuff dealing with different belief systems, and I mean that exactly the way I said it, was made up by a commission to make sure that these different belief systems were each other's enemies, then you begin to get the picture. Ooh.
Somebody saying why is it glitching? Why is the stream glitching now? What are we saying? We're saying something they don't want us to hear. Anyway.
Stream glitching now. Well,
they might not like what you're saying, Drake. That's all. So when you're asleep, but you awake and guys with black robes fight them small ones all your life, what is it?
What is it? Okay, it is a uh, spiritual foretelling of what is actually happening. You can't see it. There ain't no evidence of it. Um, you're asleep, but you awake, and guys with black robes are fighting. Well, the small ones, uh, and small ones all your life. What is it? It is the biblical prophecy of the great Armageddon. Ooh, deal with that one. It's all imaginary BS, in my opinion, but it's there.
Okay. Is it true ET has disabled all nuclear warheads on the planet?
No, not yet. They're going to do that next week, I heard.
Oh, really?
Now,
I
they
was
did
under
that.
the.
Now, listen to me. They have done that before. They did it to Great Britain. They did it to Russia. They did it to China, and they've done it to us several times. So it happens. When you can transmute matter from one thing into another, you end up with a problem similar to the one that Great Britain had in the underground, in those great cavernous sewers under London. Guess what? They transmuted the uh, fusing mechanism and the fuel mechanism for a nuke that somebody had planted into popcorn. Popcorn, like you go in there and you throw something in there, poppity pop pop. Well, imagine having several 100,000 tons of popcorn in your sewer line. It took them a long time to get to. I don't know if they're still done cleaning it out yet. It was pretty neat. I thought you can make popcorn balls as big around as a house.
Oh, somebody has an experience to report that men in black came on knocking at a friend's door or a friend's home and intimidated him, and just like you said, Drake.
Yep.
So that's what
That's all they do, and that's all they're good for.
Men in black, American citizens protected by American laws.
No, they are a bunch of super soldiers that have gone nuts, and they think they're in charge, and they intend to prove it by intimidating. If they can't intimidate you, they will drag you kicking and screaming into the middle of the desert and plop you down with no water and no way to get in, no shoes. I didn't do that.
Okay, I know somebody else did. Okay, nearly tripped. So that's all. Lionsgate's in a few hours. What is it about? I'm gonna be doing a meditation with a friend tomorrow for the Lionsgate. For you all, probably the same time at the same time this show started. So
Well,
anyway.
Lionsgate is the gate of the lion rulers, and you're liable to. You might even get to meet a few of them. They're pretty nice people.
They're awesome, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. No loving God condones, of course not. Let's see if there's anything else, and we're gonna have to wind it up because we're running on
Okay.
an hour and a half here.
Be that way.
Anything else? Wait a minute. This is an important one. What about med beds? What about med beds before I cut it?
Med beds. What about med beds?
When are they ever gonna? I got med bed in a super patch. Okay. When these other bed beds come out, I don't know.
When it's time, you will have med beds. No loving God condones the slaughter of innocents. You think the Creator condones that? You're wrong. And the people that are doing it, guess what? They got a list of your names. They know where you live, and they know what color of underwear you have, and the whole bit. And they're coming after you. You're
Hey, I got it.
Deep doo-doo and don't even know it.
Okay, and guess what, Drake? How about if we end this with the Resist song?
Come on.
Again. So let me share that and keep this in mind, and we will be back again soon. And thank you for participating. Thank you for the questions that you ask and being with us when we go. And the words to the song are really important.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Oh. Oh.
Trudeau tried to stick me with a needle yesterday. I could see it coming from a mile away. When every politician in the world is bought and paid to lie and play along with the charade. But from London to Australia, from France to Italy, they're throwing off the shackles and take it to the streets. We all know the traitors, we know all the names. When this game is over, man, we'll make the bastards pay. So resist, resist, come on, shake your fist. You are the resistance if you're listening to this. The writing's on the wall and your name is on the list. If we stand united, together we can fight it. So resist, resist, just resist. Let's go, Brandon, let's go, Brandon. If you're waiting for a miracle to come down from the sky, buddy, you can kiss it all goodbye. Our safety isn't numbers, it comes down to you and me. We hang together or they'll hang us separately. We got them outnumbered, we got called to spree. Stand up and be counted, and we'll have the victory. It's our hill to die on, get down off that fence. If our God be with us, tell me who could be against. So resist, resist, come on, shake your fist. You are the resistance if you're listening to this. The writing's on the wall and your name is on the list. If we stand united, together we can fight it. So resist, resist, rise up, shake your fist. They're coming up behind, you better watch your six. You got my attention, man, I'm starting to get pissed. I will not comply, God is on our side. So resist, yeah. So you wanna change the world, man, I know how you feel. Put a kink in their plan, put a spoke in their wheel. If you wanna move the needle, it's as easy as this. Don't do what they say, defy, disobey, and resist. Resist, resist, come on, shake your fist. You are the resistance if you're listening to this. The writing's on the wall and your name is on the list. If we stand united, together we can fight it. So resist, resist, rise up, shake your fist. They're coming up behind, you better watch your six. They're out of their minds now, they're coming for the kids. I spit in your eye, I will not comply. Resist, resist, just resist. Resist, just resist. Resist, resist. Resist.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Gail.
Yes, resist, everyone out there. We can't let this continue. Let's get our country back.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again soon. Remember, this is listener supported, and if you're able to help, it's greatly appreciated. And try some of the new products, and those super patches are awesome, as is the More Mito. That's a great product, too. I'm having some remarkable results with my skin and hair as a result of it. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. Take care. A lot of love. Bye.
the time we formed the chorus, lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another, feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers, we are restless believers, stronger than ever, never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate, destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide, we'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus, lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another, feel the pride, let's show